stricken areas schools to ensure continuity of teaching and learning activities. It is intended for short-term use of schools while waiting for construction and or rehabilitation of permanent classrooms. That is the meaning of temporary learning spaces. And then, naapoy column 24 of table 3, number of sections using temporary learning spaces. Pila pud ka section ang naa dito. Refer to the number of classes or section using that space. And column 25 of table 3, makeshift rooms. Unsa day ng makeshift rooms? Unsa difference? So kaning makeshift rooms refers to classrooms made of non-standard or substitute materials and temporary in nature. Kana siguro mga nipa, no? Mga bamboo ang gigamit. It is usually made of used or salvaged materials or any materials available found on site. Muna siya, makeshift rooms. No? Column number 26 of table 3. Number of classes. Pila ka section na gamit og temporary of makeshift rooms. Table 4A and 4B. Kani is about water and sanitation facilities and standalone water and sanitation facilities. Toilet bowls, non-functional toilet bowls, sink, wash basin, urinals, urinal throw, septic tank, faucets. No? Ang functional toilet bowls refers to the serviceable toilet bowls. In service, bagay siya. Ang non-functional toilet bowls refers to non-serviceable toilet. Usay ato nang ilak kay di na siya magamit, so ato to siyang ihapon nga non-functional. Sink and wash basin refers to a sink or a wash basin. Urinals refers to bowls and other receptacles typically attached to a wall in a restroom into which men may urinate. Mo ni siya lay urinals. Naapo urinal throw refers to a long, narrow, open container used for urinating. Septic tank, sewage disposal unit. Faucets refers to device by which water flows. It may be with or without water supply. Ihapon gyapon nimo ang faucet kung pila ka buok. Whether it's with water supply or without. So, table 5, existing number of usable furniture. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns. Column number 34 of table 5, kinder modular table, kinder chair, armchair, school desks, other classroom table, other classroom chairs, DepEd new design 2-seater table and chair. And then table 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Other facilities, covered court, gymnasium, entrance gate, permanent perimeter fence, flood marker, temporary perimeter fence, playground, school garden, solar panel. Unsa nang covered court? Unsa meaning anang covered court? It is covered by roof and usually supported by steel trusses. It is commonly used for school activities like sports, physical exercises, and other activities of the school. While gymnasium refers to a room or building within the school equipped with gymnastics, games, and other physical exercises. It is also often used as venue for various indoor school programs and activities. Some others even has spectator accommodations like the bleachers, no? Kung naamoy gymnasium, butang po ninyo. Entrance gate, permanent perimeter fence. Kani, ma'am, ang amo bitang perimeter fence, ma'am, no, kay wala ginahuman. Ay, dili to siya. It's only dili to siya permanent perimeter fence. Kaya paman siya na nakuha ng whole school. Permanent A permanent perimeter fence refers to a permanent structure used to demarcate the perimeter of the school to prevent access. So na-enclosed yun ang school. That's what we call the perimeter fence. The flood marker refers to a graduated post or pole to record the high water mark during a specific flood. This can be also answerable by clicking yes or no. Is it present in the campus or not? Ana lang. Temporary perimeter fence refers to a structure that has the same purpose of perimeter fence but is temporary in nature and may not be sturdy as a permanent one. Kaning mga gibutan nato fence nga kanang murag mga bamboo lang, mga kahoy lang, muna siya ay temporary perimeter fence, no? Playground, nabata, refers to an outdoor area specifically provided for learners to play on. School garden refers to an area used for growing plants. Panalitan, ma'am, wala man i-grow ang mga plants. So, ito siya. So, pero, it's still called a garden, pero wala lang itubo ang plants. Solar panel refers to a set of panel designed to absorb the sun rays. Kailan mataan ang solar panel, no? It's also here, solar panel can also be answered by a yes or a no. Is it present in school or is it not? So, in table number 6, duha ang new data that is asked. The flood marker and the exit gate, no? Flood marker and exit gate, wala ni sa una. So this is a new data in 2021 NSBI. Now let's go to table 7, last table. Access going to school. Ay, naana po day na, ma'am. Ay, nindot ni, kay para ni hardship po, ma'am. Access road or accessible by type of transportation. There are two elements in access going to school, and then check all applicable details, no? Unsa nang access road, ma'am? Unsa meaning ana, ma'am? Ang access road ay ang atong unsa nang gilakwan, road nga paingon sa school. Is it paved? Unsa nang paved? Constructed hard, smooth surface made of asphalt, concrete, and other pavement suitable for walking or driving. Paved ba imong access road? Is it unpaved? Is it leveled? Kaning leveled refers to road on a horizontal plane and having a surface of completely equal height. Refers to a road on a horizontal. Is it leveled? Is it unleveled rough road? Is it a road ongoing construction? Refers to the road that is being built in the area. Moni ang bag-o sa table 7. And also new of table 7 is access going to school. Accessible by type of transpo na ni. Ang first was the access road. Now, the type of transportation. Private four-wheel vehicle, private motorcycle. Can the school be reached by boat? Pwede ba siya van, UV Express? Pwede ba pedicab, tricycle, jeepney, habal-habal? Mag-train ba mo paingon sa inyong school? Mag-bus ba or mag-walking or hiking? You check all applicable data. Ani nga table 7. Table 7 is now access going to school. New updated NSBI forms of table 7 are the type of access road and then the accessibility by type of transportation. We have a validation quota. Since our division is very large division, the central office require us to validate at least 60% of our schools should be validated. So, Engineer Rick and Sir Erwin Cabanlit and myself would have a short meeting, or we will agree on our validation on how do we do it later, after this orientation. The signatories of NSBI forms, we have discussed this earlier. Site validation and online validation is done by the engineer, planning officer, supply officer, and then the school level, NSBI forms by the school head, AFC, BIS coordinators. And then these are our timelines. The orientation of NSBI for school year 21-22 for school personnel, this is what we're doing. We were asked to do it between March 14 and 18. So, nakasakat rata sa date, no? Sa inclusive date. So, we are now March 16. At least we have done our orientation. And then the encoding of NSBI data, encoding. School heads, BIS coordinators, maka-encode na mo March 14 to 31, 2022. March 14 to May 31, 2022. Before I forget, our cut-off date for our report. Mangutan mo, ma'am, kanus amang tama among cut-off date? It is February 28, 2022 nga data. So, ang inyong school building in February 28, 2022 nga cut-off date. That is my birthday. And then the validation of NSBI data is April 4. So we go and validate with the engineer, with our supply officer in April 4 until May 31, 2022. And this is our contact support. If you like to reach us, Planning and Research, Zamboanga del Sur Division, our Facebook page, you can reach us through our landline, 062-2143-386, mobile number, and email. Don't worry, school heads, we will give you a copy of what we have discussed this afternoon, I mean. And then now I'm giving you Mr. John Ray M. Flores for the school coordinates. Ma'am, usunod po ko ng longitude, latitude. So now, from the IT, because our IT officer, Chester Don Bayokot, is so kind to lend us John Ray Flores. Let me give you John Ray.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Um, I will discuss all about the school coordinates on how to get the school coordinates using Google Maps and map application in our mobile phone. So this is the instruction or the guides on how to use laptop and getting our coordinates, school coordinates. First is open your browser, Chrome, Internet Explorer, or Firefox, or etc. Then number two, type maps.google.com in the URL bar or in the Google search engine. And number three, navigate the location you want to determine the coordinates. Use the mouse scroll to zoom in or out the location. 4. Right-click on the location. 5. Click the coordinates and copy it. So for the next slide, I will show you how to use laptop and navigate in the Google Maps website. Space. Space. Okay. Okay everyone, inaadto ang pagkuha nato sa latitude o longitude nga using our laptops. So, ang latitude o ang longitude mo na pinaka-importante nga gamiton nato nga data, kuhaon nato na data nga i-input sa ato ang website nga from the central office. So, take note everybody na ang pag-identify sa latitude o longitude naka-indicate dire sa atong presentation nga ang first numbers which is 7.81585 is the latitude in DD. DD means is decimal degree. So matingala mo inig copy paste ninyo sa notepad more than 5 digit ang iyang decimal. Dili ta pwede ma-worry ana kaya nga tong system magikan sa central, automatic siya og run off. So i-copy paste lang po nimo sa website. Later on mag-demo may unsaon pag kuha sa exact nga location sa kuan, coordinate sa school. So next, for in using the smartphone and tablets. So these are the steps. Number one is turn on the GPS or location icon on the device. Number two, open the Google Maps application. Number three, navigate the place you want to find the coordinates. You can scroll and zoom to it to locate it. Number 4 is tap and hold the specific location. A red pin will appear on the determined location. Number 5, coordinates will appear on the search bar, then copy or screenshot the coordinates. So, next slide is ipakita nako kung usaon pagkuha sa school coordinate using our smartphone. Okay, everyone. Nahuman na sa atong presentation and now we are going to demonstrate sa website nga gihatag sa Central.
Staging.
The website is staging03.lis@deped.gov.ph. Ang school na ni tanan murag na naman mo yung mga username ug password. So mag-demonstrate ko using Adami. We are using the account of the Ligarda Tres para sa inyong makita kung usaon pag-navigate or pagkuha sa longitude or latitude sa inyong school. Okay, nata sa ato ang kuano kaning website which is staging03.lis.deped.gov.ph. So, we are using the account of the Ligarda Tres. Ang iyang gamito na ng account is katong school ID plus the abbreviation of the school. Lain-laing mga format ang mga school ni kabalo ng mga in charge ani. So ang atong gamiton is ang Ligarda 1 2 4 9 6 8. After nga maka-login mo, pangitaon na to ang pinaka nasa upper part aning iyahang grade line nga date 2022 May 6. I-click lang nato, then click proceed to building encoding. After clicking the button, click update school coordinates. So diri nato makita no ang iyahang required nga data, which is ang longitude and latitude. Okay, for example no, mangita tag coordinates sa katong sa Regional Pilot School using the Google Map website. So after nimo ma-input ang imuhang location sa school or i-search nimo ang iyahang school, then pangitaon i-click nato ning layers sa setup sa Google Map para mas visible na to ang land formation dili lang kay kanilang iyahang mga lines sa mapa. So i-click to ning site, then makita nato ang ato ang school. But take note dai everyone no, na atay pinaka-importante nga madapat nato mahibal-an gyud is ang ato ang location is kanang location sa ato ang flagpole sa atong school. Mao gyud pinaka accurate nga data nga pangayoon sa ato ang website kay from the flagpole nga coordinates. So dili ta pwede magkuha lag coordinates sa dire sa pika side nga kuan na sa pita CR, dapit sa room, sa gate. Ang importante is ang katong flagpole gyud. So kaning sa Regional Pilot School is ang mutang nga pindire is sa rooftop silang gym. So as example kani atong kwaon nga coordinates, i-click nato ning red pen, dayon i-right click nato siya, makita nato ang iyahang latitude and longitude. The first 6 digit is the latitude and the second numbers are the longitude. So i-copy nato ni siya, igamito lang nato ang notepad kay di man pwede nato ni i-copy sa website diretso ang kaning longitude, which is nagdungan man og gawas ang isa ka numbers. So magamit tag notepad, i-paste nimo ni siyang latitude sa latitude nga gipangayo, latitude, then longitude. Like I said ganina nga di ta dapat ma-worry kay ang ganinang nakagawas is gipangayo lang is 5 digit sa decimal degree. Ang ato ang gi-paste is more than 5 digit. So ang inig-save ninyo ani mo automatic og detect ang site, which is mo convert siya kuan into amo kuan siya mo round off. So click update, automatic na siya gawas, then malocate na ninyo ang inyong school nga gihatagan niyo exact nga coordinate na dari. So that's it. That's all about the school coordinates.
Thank you so much, Sir January Flores, for discussing on how to get the coordinates, our school coordinates, using Google Maps and map application in our laptops and cell phones. Now, at this point, we would like to inform everyone, if you have queries, kindly type it in our chat box so that the session providers, our program owner, Ma'am Shah, and Sir January, and the next session provider can answer your questions if there are. Of course, we have also with us our division engineer, Engineer Rick Pedrosa, and of course our supply officer, Sir Erwin Cabanlit. All right, we are down to the last session of the afternoon. Please help me in welcoming Sir Lyndon Oracion to discuss to us on the demonstration about the encoding of the data in our EBEIS. Sir, take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone. This afternoon, I was tasked to discuss the steps and procedures for encoding the NSBI 2021-2022. Bali, akong buhaton karon is refresh lang nino sa katong last nga encoding niyo kay bali wala man siya difference na alay na mga dugang nga bago pero sayon raman so aminaw lang ta. So, sa di na pagpalangay, ang step 1 is go to LIS website, which is katong ginagamit nato, lis.deped.gov.ph, and then log in using the Schoolhead account. Next is, once you log in, click the National School Building Inventory link. Makita na no sa kuan, accessible na upper right corner katong naa bali mo ang name sa school head. And then under the cut-off date of encoding column, click the link to proceed. Once you click the link, click the proceed to building encoding button. And next, under the building structure tab, click add school building button. Under sa add building button is input the building number. In building type, select others. If the building type is not included in the choices, you don't need to specify the building type. In building condition, select the current condition of the building, but if you selected for completion, no need to answer the year completed. In building classification, select it's either permanent or semi-permanent. Letter E, in building materials, multiple selections are allowed. In fund sources, you may select multiple funding sources. And in specific fund sources, you may also select multiple specific fund sources. Letter H, input the number of story. So, bale, pila ka story ang building. Letter L, in year completed, select the year of completion. In the date acquisition, select the year acquired. So, kung saan yun acquired ang building. In the acquisition cost and sound value, input the digits manually with separators such as comma and period. In insurance information, you may input words or by descriptions. And in the lower part of the table, radio buttons were set to no by default. And then last nga step is to click save. Ay ginani yung kalimti ang save kay dili gina ma-view, di na ma-save na nga inyong gipang encode, so mahulog na magsugod mo sa sugod. And the next, after clicking the save button, so naa na mo'y newly created nga school building. Ang next nga procedure is na-discuss na ni Sir John Flores ganiya on how to update the school coordinates. So, mura klaro naman to. Ako na lang ning laktawan. And after sa updating the school coordinates, under the action column, you may edit or delete the saved information in all fields. And under the room details, click view to add rooms for the building. Accomplish the room details, select room condition. In actual usage, select instructional, non-instructional, and combination in the room usage. You may select multiple actual usage. And then, as usual, click the save button. Next procedure is the water and sanitation tab. To add the water and sanitation, you just going to click the add water and sanitation or add standalone water and sanitation buttons. Under the procedure of adding the water and sanitations, under the add water and sanitation tab, input the correct details and click the save button. By the way, ang accepted na values no pag mag-input is from 0 to 999 only. So dili siya pwedeng i-by word, numeric only. And then once mahuman na mo og kanang input sa value, just click save para ma-save ang inyong data nga gi-input. And then under sa standalone water and sanitation tab, same lang gyapon siya, input the correct details and then the accepted values are only 0 to 999 only. Then after putting the values, click save. Hindi na ito nakalimutan, ma'am, sirs. And then the next procedure is the furniture tab. Input the details of the existing number of usable tables. Same lang gyapon, the accepted values is numeric only from 0 to 19,999. And then after putting the values, click the save button. Under the TLS or the temporary learning space and makeshift rooms tab, click add TLS and makeshift rooms. After clicking, the accepted values, same from 0 to 999 only. And then after putting the values, click the save button. Under the access to school tab, click the add button and tick the boxes according to school details and click save. So you may select multiple uh, options sa access to the school tab. And then under the other facilities tab, click the add button and tick the buttons according to school details and click save. Note nakabutang review buttons were set to no by default. So then the next procedure is after accomplishing all the tables, go back to school building inventory link in the left side panel of the page. Under the action, click submit. After clicking submit, school can no longer update or edit the tables once it has submitted. You may request for reversion to division office if necessary. And then once maklik na nimo ang submitted nga button is the status will change. And then next topic is about the validation and reversion. This time, kaning account is kuan na ni siya sa planning officer na ning account bali sa planning division nga account na ni siya. So school requesting for reversion, proceed on how to request reversion from school division office. Go to LIS website and then log in using the LIS division planning officer account. And once mo log in na, click the ABIS link and then sign in once again. Look for the link status of request to revert BIS report status located at the lower left side and click the link. To create a request, click create request. Choose the reason from the drop-down list and input the explanation. And then after, click the request reversion button. Once maklik na tong request, bali mugawa sa approval status nga pending. Then after ato the division office for reversion of request by the school. Ang procedure ani is same lang gyapon, log into the LIS using the division planning account and then click the ABIS link and then sign once again. Look for the link status of request to revert BIS report status and then under the pending column, click the request date link, input the comment and click approve or disapprove button. Show request approval successfully. The status of encoding of school was already reverted to preparing status and ready for resubmission. So, ang status is resubmission na katong gusto mag-edit or mag-update sa data. So, pwede na to. Then, once ma-update na ninyo, submit balik. And then, that's all. So maura to ang bali murag procedures for encoding the NSBI. Dili man siya lisod yun kay kabalo ko nakaagi naman mo last encoding. So naamoy mga questions. I-type lang ninyo sa chat box para ma-entertain mo samtang online pa ta. So thank you and good afternoon everyone.
All right, thank you so much, Sir Lyndon Oracion, in presenting and guiding our teachers and school heads in encoding the data in our NSBI through our EBEIS. Now, at this point, we will be accommodating questions that have been thrown by our participants in our Microsoft Teams. We have one here from Juanito Mangalon Primary School, Tambolig District. According to this question, good PM, Ma'am Sha. Problema po namin ang school po namin ay nasa barangay hall po. Ano po ba dapat namin gawin? Baka po mag-error po kami online. Walang school site po. Please help, ma'am. Ma'am Sha.
Yeah. The whole school is in the barangay hall. Do you have a school ID? Naaban ni sila school ID because the planning in the central office have instructed the division planning officers, if the school does not have yet a school site, it will be reported to the central office. Can you please come to the officer so that we can report your school to the central office? That you don't have a school site yet.
All right, I hope it is clear for Juanito Mangalan Primary School that if you don't have yet the school site, so kindly visit the office of the planning officer any day this week. All right, another one from Ma'am Armicho Alayon. Good afternoon, sir. Can we relocate the dropped pin if it was placed not where the flagpole is? Who will address the question? Again, can we relocate the dropped pin if it was placed not where the flagpole is?
Isa that question si Baye.
Yes, Ma'am.
Good afternoon, Ma'am Armicho Alayon. Ma'am, regarding sa katong na ay red pin nga naka-indicate na sa location, pwede na to i-update ang inyong pin. So, connect lang tag internet, then pinaka-required sa central is katumang yung flagpole nga area. Lahi ang iyahang coordinate sa kanang sa barangay. So, lahi po ang sa flagpole. Mas accurate man gunang sa flagpole sa school ibutang mo kay na ito ang required nga data.
All right, I hope the question is well addressed, no? So, yun nga yung sagot ni Sir John Ray with the concern of Ma'am Alayon. And now, we have one question here. How to determine the date of acquisition, acquisition cost, book value if we don't have the certificate of acceptance? Again, the question is how to determine the date of acquisition, acquisition cost, book value if we don't have the certificate of acceptance. Ma'am Sha?
Which ask for date of acquisition and then you don't have the acceptance, certificate of acceptance. So meaning you don't have any data to be entered in the system or in your report, the hard copy. You just place there none, N-O-N-E.
All right, so that's the exact answer, no? For those that they're asking for what are they going to put into the date of acquisition, acquisition cost, and book value since they don't have the certificate of acceptance, maybe as reference for this data.
How don't you have any record of your school buildings? Like when was it constructed? Naaman siguro na basig naa sa atong engineering department or di ba there is always a record of our school buildings, ma'am. Maybe engineering department can help you on that. come to the office and maybe we can help you on this matter.
Okay, so having no certificate of acceptance, kindly visit the office of the planning officer. So you can both visit the office of our division engineer to resolve this issue. At the moment, there are no other questions indicated or written in our chat box in the Teams. How about in our YouTube channel? So we can address them before we close our virtual convergence this afternoon. Having none, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our top management headed by SDS Maharani Jacinto Seso 5 and our two assistant schools division superintendent, of course, our program owner of this virtual convergence, our planning officer 3, Ma'am Sharon Gay Cadelinia, together with our two other session providers. We have also Sir Janray Flores and Sir Lyndon Oracion. With us this afternoon in the production room, our division engineer Rick Pedrosa, and our supply officer, Sir Erwin Cabanlit, and to the production team spearheaded by our ITO, Sir Chester Don Bayukot. We would like to thank you for joining our activity, and I hope if there are queries along the way as you do your job in the encoding of the data, you can message our planning officer anytime, weekend, weekdays, so that your queries and concerns will be addressed as you do your job in the encoding of the NSBI data. This is Brian Delempers, your education program specialist in the Human Resource Development, saying good afternoon and mabuhay po ang Schools Division of Zamboanga del Sur.